Insomniacs, it's your hosts, Kurious Cyclopes.
And Steve.
Welcome back to another spooky episode of Never Sleep Again TV. Well, I guess we're going to be going back to our inspiration this time. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Hopefully you watched our review for the first one. We had a lot of fun doing that, and you know what? We had a lot of in-between episodes going on, so we were like, it's a good time to go back and get to reviewing A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Even growing up over the years, I'm sure me and him saw it several times.
Oh, yeah.
We were actually just at A Nightmare on Elm Street Fest at Mahoning Drive-In. What was that, last weekend?
Yep, last weekend.
And, they had 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, but as I was partying, I was able to kind of rewatch those in a whole fun way.
I was only there for 3 and 4, but that was okay with me.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, so let's talk about Nightmare on Elm Street 2. So, obviously, out of the whole franchise, this is one of those sequels where, some people like it, some people don't. I wouldn't, right off the bat, I'll tell you, it's not my least favorite sequel.
No?
No, my least favorite might have to be Freddy's Dead.
Okay.
Compared to this.
This is my least favorite sequel.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, but who knows, you might change it after watching Freddy's Dead.
That's true, yeah.
But yeah, so let's talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Do you know anything about the guy who directed this movie?
No, I don't think so.
All right, because we'll get onto it later. But I know he said he purposely had some themes going on.
Oh yeah, I don't even recognize his name. It says Jack Shoulder, but Shoulder without a U.
He probably didn't have much of a career outside of this movie.
Right.
But so anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Everything's been quiet since Nancy defeated Freddy, minus that whole convertible scene.
Right.
Let's ignore that thing. So, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. The beginning it's actually probably one of... You know what? It has to be one of my top 3 favorite intros to a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
I do love the opening sequence.
It's
the movie
scary.
just descends quickly into ridiculousness.
Yeah, as soon as it starts, Jesse is on the bus... with some other students, I guess, on the way to school.
Yeah.
But anyway, right when he start, what do you know? Guess who's driving the fucking bus all of a sudden? Fucking Freddy Krueger.
I did think it was cool that when he pulls up and drops a bunch of the kids off, except for Jesse and 2 of these girls.
Oh, that's right. And he speeds off.
Yeah, when he drops those kids off, you get to see that it's actually Robert Englund driving the bus without any makeup or anything.
I almost forgot that. Yeah, that's a good eye. I'm pretty sure excuse me, that's our stop.
Yeah, and he just flies by into the desert, and you see the thing hopping over dunes and shit.
Yeah, he goes way off road, just taking him through all this crazy shit. Eventually, they end up on a cliff, and then little by little, pieces of the cliff start breaking off, and it's just one little stone peg,
just tottering.
Yeah, the bus is teeter-tottering back and forth, and as Freddy walks towards them, they all have to get to the one end of the bus, and it teeters. No, what are you doing? Guys, to this day, that opening, I still find it genuinely creepy.
Oh yeah,
because I don't know why, but. Out of all little weird things that might scare you, I don't know why, but that whole teetering on a cliff thing, that's a really scary fear, I guess, of mine. Would be literally teetering on the edge of death. But
the problem is, based on the way the rest of the movie goes, that may really be the only scene of the movie where Freddy actually attacks anyone in a dream.
Yeah. Even from the end of that scene, I'm pretty sure, right when he's going to go up and slash him, Jesse wakes up all sweaty and shit. But, yeah, I think that's the only... True dream? That's so weird if you think about it.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, that's the only dream sequence really with Freddy.
Did that weird you out at all that every time you saw this dude wake up from one of his nightmares, he was just straight up moist? It just looked like somebody just misted him down every time. It always freaked me out.
And it kind of made me get that, because I hate that feeling.
So
I would. There was even some nights when I watched that on a hot night, and I was like, oh, this is just enhancing reality, making it worse. Well, the movie's pretty interesting. After the whole opening dream sequence, Jesse, I guess he's settling into Nancy's house because him and his family moved in. And for whatever reason, no matter where they put the thermostat, the temperature keeps getting hot and hot. And then what happens? Jesse eventually wanders on into the basement.
It's one of his dreams. Yeah, he goes down.
Oh, it was okay.
He goes down to the basement and goes into like the furnace or whatever it is, pulls out like Freddy's glove, and you get to see him off in the corner, and he gives him like a "go on, try it on for size"
Try
or
it on for
whatever.
size, baby.
And then like he goes to run away from him and trips on like a hose or an extension cord or something, and that's what like wakes him up.
Yeah, so um pretty much I guess from then on is when shit really starts going berserk. Like,
Weird, yeah.
guys, Nightmare on Elm Street 2 does not follow any rules or logic that the rest try to follow.
No, which is weird, being only the first sequel after the original
Exactly.
to just demolish everything that the original was like setting up.
Because normally people are like, well, it wasn't second one, they didn't fully establish rules. Like, no, they pretty plainly spelled out the rules in the first one.
Yeah.
Like, pull him into reality, he's fucked. In the dream, he'll roll over you and you'll be fucked.
Right.
But yeah, so right after his whole dream with the glove, shit starts going nuts. Like, I think he's chilling with his family, and then all of a sudden their bird flies through the house and it just erupts in flames.
Oh, because they like check the thermostat because it's super hot, and they had the birds like covered up at that point to like get them to sleep or whatever, and the like cage starts rattling, and when it's rattling, like the one like falls over and dies, and so he goes to open the cage to like check it out, and the other one just like shoots out of there, and then it's just like creepy attacking the whole family.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they even like suggested that the bird had a little claw on his hand, like like a little glove, because he definitely had like sharp nails. Like, so Freddy was like a bird flying around. But here's the thing: this bird is flying around going berserk, and then right when it was flying at the family, it just erupts and bursts into flames.
Yeah.
First of all, we didn't really see much of Freddy yet in the real world, but how the fuck is there a bird in reality flying around and erupting in flames? Like, there's so much laws and like rules that are fucked up with this movie.
Yeah.
But let's go on from there.
Well, to go off of something that you just said, kind of like spin it a little bit, you said we hadn't seen much of Freddy yet. We don't see much of Freddy at all. Like,
yeah.
I specifically looked it up to be like, oh, like, why so little? And he's in that movie, I think, for 13 minutes, it said.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude, like, it's very minimal.
And in all the other movies, he's heavily utilized.
Right.
So.
Because, like, I understood what they were trying to do, and I almost thought that the movie was going to go in a different, like, sort of direction, because I thought that he was going to use Jesse as someone to kind of reawaken the fear of Freddy Krueger.
So that way everyone starts dreaming again?
Right, so he could get his power back, but instead he, like, used him as a, like, host to do the bidding for him, which was just weird.
Yeah, especially because, like you said, his number one priority should be getting everyone to get scared again. So, it's almost weird, like, why is Freddy spending so much time with this Jesse guy?
Right.
And,
like, did he only choose him because he's the new kid who moved into Nancy's house? Because they're not connected at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. And when we look at Jesse as a character himself, he doesn't seem like he's the most popular guy.
No. But it's weird, like, he has that weird relationship with the Grady dude or whatever, who, like, the first time you see him, they're, like, wrestling in their gym class or whatever, and they get forced to do, like, push-ups, even though neither one of them's actually pushing. They're just, like, standing on their arms.
Oh, yeah.
But then they kind of seem like friends together in that scene, and then they go back to another scene where, like, the Grady dude kind of, like, makes fun of him and shit, so it's like, was he his, like, secret nerdy friend that he couldn't let any of the jock dudes know about? Like, they had a real weird relationship.
Yeah, you know, really thinking about that itself is interesting. Because, yeah, I wonder, what were they trying to portray to us about that whole thing?
Like, even his girlfriend, I guess, or whatever, like, the Lisa chick.
Yeah, his, like, love interest.
At first, you think, like, that they're just, like, friends who are trying to, like, get into a relationship or whatever, but then eventually they're just meeting in the hallways of school and like kissing and shit. It's like, when did this happen?
Yeah. I gotta say, and obviously she was the more persistent, like, of the, you know, trying to get a romantic relationship out of it, because Jesse was like, oh, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the way he was acting towards her sometimes.
Yeah,
even
scared.
He's scared. But it's something that's really ridiculous is, I guess it's relatively early, but whoever was the actor, Jesse, I'm pretty sure I heard he was the one that really was pushing for that weird dance montage thing.
Yeah, dude, the risky business homage thing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what did he do? Back his butt into his dresser, and then
Yeah,
he put
dude.
like a cork gun on his like penis and went like pop, and he was like
Because he
dancing.
like goes to leave to hang out with the Lisa girl or whatever, and his dad's like, "Where are you going, Mister? I told you to unpack your room or whatever." So he just starts throwing boxes into his dresser while playing this weird song that I don't know what it was, but is like dancing around to the song. Yeah, like butt bumping the drawers on his dresser and like fake jerking off with the little thing that he had.
Yeah, that was so weird.
But then, of course, he was supposed to be going to Lisa's house. That's why he was trying to leave. But then all of a sudden, she's at his house, and his mom and her walk in the door and catch him doing his weirdo dance. Doesn't make any sense, but
Was
whatever.
he in his underwear too, or?
I don't think so.
Oh,
no.
good. That would have been a little too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how much he had to really fight. It's like, come on, guys, let me just do my scene.
Right.
And then let's move on with the movie. So, yeah, it's a fucking weird movie. I'm trying to think chronologically. When is it that Jesse meets up with Coach? What's his face?
Oh, Schneider.
Coach Schneider.
That's the first like kill
Okay.
that you get because he has to like stay after and run laps or something the one day, and then like while he's in the shower, the coach is in his office and like all the footballs and basketballs are like shooting off the walls at him and stuff.
Yeah, I actually remember. It's because I guess Jesse was sleepwalking and he walked into a gay bar and ran into his gym teacher, and his gym teacher saw him drinking a beer.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh
you don't
wow,
remember that?
I don't remember that at all. no.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. Jesse, I forget where he was sleepwalking to, but all I know is he's like coming out of his days. He's standing outside of like some club in the middle of the night. He goes into the club on a school night, and it's a gay bar, and his gym teacher is wearing like a leather vest with like tassels, like it's
Right.
like Rob Halford gay outfit, or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, so Jesse is really sweaty and hot as he usually is. So he goes to the bartender. He's like, "Yeah, I'll take a beer." And then the bartender gives him beer. As soon as he goes to grab it, you see the gym teacher's hand come out of nowhere, grabs the beer, and he smiles. And he's like, "Hey!"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh my god!" But I was like, first of all, the gym teacher doesn't seem phased at all that one of his students caught him
Right.
like wearing this leather outfit at a gay bar at night. So here's the weird thing: right from then, he makes him go to the school to do like that.
Right,
shit.
because it was
And it was
super
in the
late
middle
at
of the
night.
Yeah, and that's creepy. Like this teacher leaves the gay bar with his student, takes him to make him like to physically punish him.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, not surprising knowing how the movie was written, I guess, but like,
yeah,
weird.
It's weird because a lot of people always speculated about I guess gay themes being present in the
Right,
film.
yeah, it was always a big talk about the movie is that there was definitely some like homoerotic like overtones and undertones in the movie.
So for the longest time, I was like, is it supposed to be between Jesse and Freddy? Because
Right.
like a lot of people kind of play it off that way. But then when you see the gym teacher scene, you're like, okay, there's definitely some purposeful things going
Right.
on. Didn't you say someone spoke about that recently?
Yeah, I think it was the writer of the movie, like, after denying it, like, over and over and over, was finally like, yeah, look, I intentionally, like, wrote it that way. So, like, he put that kind of, like, homoeroticism in it.
And even
like,
knowing that, I guess he never really stated a purpose. It was just like, why not?
Right. It's, I think it was supposed to show the Jesse character as almost like a closeted.
He was very feminine.
Yeah.
Like on purpose, I could tell. Like,
Oh yeah, even like when he would freak out and he
And
would
scream.
scream. Yeah.
dude, what's funny? Since this movie came out, people were talking about the supposed gay speculation. One of the most compelling reasons people said was his screams.
Right.
Because he's like, ah! Like, I don't know, Jesse's still funny. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just weird. That whole gym teacher thing. But it's funny because then Freddy spanks him in the butt to death with the
Yeah,
towels.
dude. Oh my god.
Freddy punishes his gym teacher. So there's
such
a lot of like S&M homoerotic things going on.
Yeah, real weird. Like that scene. Like when he tied him up with the jump ropes or whatever. And
Yeah,
I was
in the
like, oh, what's
showers.
gonna happen now? You could have paid me $1 million. I never would have come up with like, I bet he's gonna spank him.
Yep. Because even when I was a kid, I was like, oh, he's going to get tied up and then slashed open in the shower.
Right.
But no, a towel comes out of nowhere and starts giving him the rat tail. And the guy's like, ah!
Yeah.
Ah! Like, he literally looks at his own butt and it's getting red and jiggling. And it's like, oh!
And then, like, that started the trend of, like, shit that I hated seeing in that movie, where he would, like, there'd be a kill, and it'd be like, oh, cool, he finally got slashed up and stuff. And then they cut over, and fucking Jesse has, like, the glove on, and it's just like,
Like you said, with Freddy using Jesse as a conduit for this film, it was interesting because even at part of the film, Jesse's like, "Am I me or am I Freddy? Like, am I becoming Freddy?"
right.
But something I loved is the scene where Freddy like cuts open Jesse and like takes him off like a jacket and steps out of him, and then it seems like as if his girlfriend, what was her name again?
Lisa.
It seems that as if Lisa saw Freddy that time. Like, she saw that it wasn't Jesse when he stepped out.
Well, that scene was actually with Grady, the weird jock friend.
That's right.
Because he was at that pool party with his girlfriend, and they're like starting to hook up, and as he's like kissing down her or whatever, like he has like a weird tongue thing go on. So he like runs for it, and he goes to Grady's house and is like, "You gotta let me sleep over. I'm not myself right now. Every time I fall asleep, bad shit happens." Like, he fell asleep there, and some bad shit happened.
Yes, thank you for pointing that out. That he stepped out when he was with Grady.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was funny. When Jesse was kissing on Lisa, how as soon as he starts getting into it and he gets near the boobs, all of a sudden he has an episode where his tongue changed.
Yeah.
So it's like he's kind of like afraid. So I could see how you said it might have been like a closeted theme that they were going for. Like he was coping with it or whatever. But now something everyone loves talking about, and we're going to talk about now, is the pool party scene. God, how cool it looked, but how many rules it broke.
Yep.
So, I mean, I immediately found it incredible. When I first saw it as a kid, I just was so floored by it, I didn't even realize what was wrong with it. Where how Freddy, first of all, he's in the real world. He's supposed to have 0 powers. His laws depends on the laws of our world.
Right.
But somehow he's able to disappear, reappear, make fire just come out of his like fingertips, and he puts the pool on fire.
Yeah.
And he says to kids, "You're all my children now." And then he just starts slashing away. And I'm like, what kind of Freddy is this?
Right.
Like,
and that's because they blurred those lines and you didn't know, like, is he in control? Or are they actually seeing him now? Like, when you first see Freddy starting to show up after Jesse comes back to the house all covered in blood and shit, and his girlfriend's asking, like, "Oh my god, what happened?" Like, when Freddy starts to show up and is, like, threatening her, and he, like, has her by the throat or whatever, and there's people outside, like, the glass sliding door or whatever looking in, like, they don't tell you, I don't think, but I always thought, are they seeing Jesse or are they seeing Freddy?
Because at least when the parents came out during the pool party massacre, I swore that the parents were seeing Freddy.
I thought so, too.
But, yeah.
Because then they, like, try and shoot him, and Lisa runs up and, like, knocks the shotgun
like, no!
down or whatever.
And then Freddy turns around and he's like, ah!
Yeah.
Like that look with the fire on his face. Alright, well, towards the conclusion of the film, I know Jesse ends up running to like that boiler room.
Yeah, I think Lisa actually goes there to try and like get rid of the glove or the Nancy's notebook or something, and like very like anticlimactic, like the whole thing with her and Freddy, and they have that weird scene where it's like, "Oh, I love you, please come back out," and like Jesse finds a way to like fight his way back through. Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know why, but people said specifically that scene was supposed to have a lot of similar themes to Beauty and the Beast. I mean, I guess vaguely, like with the girl being the Beauty and him being the Beast, but like still, like
that she could still love him even as Freddy Krueger. Like what?
I really don't understand why people mention that.
Yeah,
but it's just something I figured I'd mention.
Yeah,
but I don't know why people are like, yeah. You know, because sometimes you watch those documentaries about the movie, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those like, yeah, in this scene, it was like a tribute to Beauty and the Beast. Like, come on, guys. Right. You're just, like, trying to artsy the fuck out of this crazy sequel.
I guess I could get it in as much as saying that, like, when the Beast is, like, dead and that she says that she loves him and it brings him back.
Yeah.
That,
I know,
like,
but
yeah.
Come on.
Still, yeah, it's a stretch.
Silly. You don't need to make a parallel to a fucking, like, fantasy.
Right.
Child's thing, but... I don't know, but do uh, something I really liked was just the design when Jesse was getting possessed at one time, and Freddy's claws came right out of fingers. It's cool because you see it again on the title screen for A Nightmare on Elm Street on Nintendo.
Uh-huh.
When you see the title screen, Freddy's there, but the claws are coming out of his fingers.
Yeah.
And you only see that in part 2. So.
Yeah.
And obviously, since it was such a unique happening, you see that in figures a lot with the
Right.
blades coming out of fingers. Like, oh, this is the Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy. But
Yeah, I didn't necessarily love that they did the whole ambiguous ending thing again, where like he was back on the bus at the end of the movie, and he's
oh, that's right.
when he freaks out and is like, it's going too fast, and then it stops and he's fine, and he's like, oh, never mind, and then just when he gets comfortable, it's driving off into the fucking desert again.
Into the field again. Like, oh, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Especially, I wonder why they did finish it the way they opened it.
Yeah, I don't know. The movie must have done well enough that like it justified them making another, but I'm definitely glad that they decided to go back and get Heather Langenkamp back, and Dream Warriors is one of the greatest sequels of all time.
It's almost like if 2 didn't do as bad as it did, would we even have 3?
Right.
Maybe not. But as much as, because like I said, 2 is highly debated, whether people like it or not. Regardless, most fans agree that this is one of the scariest Freddys that we got out of all the movies. Because in number 2, we still weren't fully at the point yet where he was just, popping jokes off and being a smartass. Like in part 3, he's still evil, but he's starting to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, in 2, Freddy himself is still scary, I think. And he looks scary in 2. He looks great. It's just, you don't see much of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely fun. I love all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, so obviously I would tell people to watch this one.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's definitely watchable. It's definitely my least favorite.
And it's confusing if you're new to the series because it breaks the laws, so then you're going to think the rules might be different than the other ones, but for the most part, 2 is the only one that really breaks the rules.
Right.
Time. Any other thoughts? I think we talked about all the highlights.
Yeah, I think we...
I'm sure there's some cool deaths in there that, we might have skipped over, but...
I feel like there really weren't, though.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because you got, like, the coach's death, which was kind of, like, meh.
Yeah.
Then when he killed his friend while he had him, like, pressed up against the door, and you saw the, like, slashes come through the other side of the door that his parents were on, like... I don't know, it was pretty plain.
And now to think about it, was the actor, Jesse, was he gay?
The actor who played it? Yeah, he was.
I think he was.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, why is there even such a question about it? Whether there's gay themes?
I think because it was denied for so long that
Yeah,
when people would call it out, that they would be like, no, we didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah, but now, originally you would think, are they just going to say they did on purpose now that everyone found these things? Or was it really there all along? But it seems like it really was there all along.
Right.
Like purposely planted.
It's like the, that movie The Room with Tommy Wiseau, how he's like, it's like one of the most classically bad movies that people think are funny, and he's like, no, it was a comedy the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it wasn't, dude.
And you almost wonder, what was the point of that? Like I said, it almost would seem really progressive at the time if they just wanted to make, like, maybe a superhero, like, not a superhero, but one of the heroes in the movie that might be possibly gay, even though he wasn't even gay in the movie. But I don't know. Who knows what the whole point was. But it's interesting nonetheless.
It is. I saw something, I think it was like IMDb trivia or whatever, that said this is the only movie out of all the Nightmare movies that's fronted, like, by a male main character.
Wow, that is really cool. And look who we get. We get Jesse.
Yeah.
To represent us. It's like, oh, I just want to do my dance. Leave me alone, Freddy.
I'm surprised they didn't put a dance sequence in all the movies after
that.
After
that, yeah. I'm sure everyone loved it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's going to wrap up our thoughts for Nightmare on Elm Street 2. And, Freddy's Revenge.
Yeah.
And I guess
speaking of that, what was he getting revenge on? I never even understood
that.
that.
That's the big thing people are saying, because he's not getting revenge on Nancy. He's getting revenge on his sexuality.
Right.
I don't fucking...
God, that movie makes no fucking sense.
Freddy's Revenge. On who? We'll never know.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Don't watch me.
Yeah.
Well, I'll watch it, but it's terrible.
Yeah, it can be.
It can be. It just makes no sense, man. Where's the logic?
Yep, definitely not much logic in that one.
Ugh.
Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up. So, Kurious Cyclops,
And Steve.
thank you for watching Never Sleep Again TV. Ooh, yeah.